Hi, I'm Rick Dior, and that was Fennell's Flourishes, dedicated to the great Fredrich Fennell of the Eastman School of Music. So this solo is pretty difficult, I'd say, especially because the accents are in some strange places, and the stickings, as usual, that he writes are very difficult. And again, you don't have to do those stickings. I'm doing pretty much all of them for this solo, but you can stick it whatever way you want. But I would learn his stickings first. So we have some very difficult passages, like I said, in this solo. Starting at A, we want to kind of swing these. I'll put the metronome on so you can hear this. So I'm playing those drags very much open and quietly. As an alternative, you might want to play it stiffer, but I personally don't like that sound, but I'll play you that. So that's with the drags being almost closed and the notes closer together. Either way, it's okay, but everybody's going to have their own preference to how they articulate that passage. So the tough stuff starts at letter B when you have to play these tricky rhythms and also put the accents in the right place. So I'll play that for you. So you see that figure at B. Okay, it's really hard not to accent the last note of that measure, and I am slightly emphasizing it, but the accent should be heavier than the last note. You don't want to do this. You want to do this. Then we come to this part at D, which is very syncopated, and you want to make sure you don't come in late with these sixteenths that happen after the drag. 1, 2, 1, 2. So on that second line of D, it's real easy to come in late there. It's a very tricky spot because there's just a bit of silence. I'll play it one more time for you. 1, 2, 1, 2. So you see there, I'm feeling that ba-da, 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 ba-da. You have to have that internally. Now this gives me a chance to tell everyone out there, try not to tap your foot when you're doing these. I had this discussion with a student the other day. There's a lot of reasons not to, but the time is not in your foot. It's in your head, okay? And your whole body in general. If you tap your foot all the time, you're going to have some problems when you start playing drum set. You're always going to have to feel like you're playing, tapping your foot, and that's the last thing you want to do to develop really great coordination. The other issue is if you're playing in a percussion section and there's guys or gals around you playing, the last thing they want to hear is your interpretation of the beat, and that's very unprofessional. So if you're doing that, tapping your foot, and just kind of constantly moving, that's going to be very disruptive to other people. So try to fix that. This is one of those solos that's great for that because it's so rhythmic that you want to tap your foot to it. But the whole idea is to feel the time in your head and sort of count it rather than, physically show it in your body. The hardest part physically of this solo is 3 bars before F when you're doing this figure. I'm playing those flams very, very open so you can hear them clearly. But if we do it up to tempo, I'll show you what that sounds like from letter E. So you see how much I'm tightening up my wrists there. That is pretty much all wrists. That's the way you want to do that, especially leading from the left hand like that. Finally, at F, this is the passage that's going to determine your tempo. He has it written at 112. I'm doing it just a little slower at 110. I'll play you F here. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so to me that's fine. 110, 112, anywhere around there will sound fine. So I hope you enjoyed this solo. It's a great one, and we'll be back next time with the next solo in the book. And by the way, the book is called Adventures in Solo Drumming by William Schinstine.